Hello friends, I have a new pile of books that I haven't talked to you about, and that it's time for me to show you the books that I got recently. I know, don't come at me, but I have no self-control, or better, no self-control. So let me show you the books I got recently and let me find a place for them, because they currently have been sitting on one of my lowest shelves and they need a place. All of them need a place. So let's get into it. I have a few books. I don't know how many, but I do have a few books. So let's get into it. Also, before, let me introduce myself. Hi friends, I'm Beatriz, your host here on Beatriz Book Nook, and as you might have noticed, today's video is going to be a book haul. Well, I think, if I'm not wrong, the first book haul of the year, or the last. Depends when I'm posting this, but I think it will be the first book haul of the year. So for more book hauls to come, or not, depends, but let's see. Let's get into the first book, which is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I got this book because it is the book pick for Leandra's Patreon this month, so in December, and I really wanted to join. This sounds like a really nice book. I am currently reading. I am almost finished. I have 20 pages left and I'm quite enjoying it. I like thrillers in a way when we come to the end of them, we finally get all of the clues and we finally get what was happening, so I'm quite enjoying this one. It was a little bit harder to get into, but I'm enjoying. I'm excited. Basically, in this story we follow Ernie or Ernest. Honestly, I cannot remember in fully, but he is a novel writer actually, but he writes books on how to write books. But in this one, he's telling us the story of how everyone in his family has killed someone in either an accident or on purpose. But I find this really interesting. This is divided by the people in the family. So we have my brother, my not daughter, my aunt, my mother, my stepdad, my dad, my wife, stuff like this, which makes this book quite interesting, and that is why I am enjoying it so much, at least as of now. The next three books are books that I'm quite excited for, because they were books that were gifted to me by my Secret Santa over on Mel from Mel's Read Patreon. So my Secret Santa got me three books. Two of them are the complete series of One Dark Window. I know this is not the name of the series, but I actually don't know. This is a book that I'm quite excited to read. I have wanted to pick up this one for quite some time now. It has been on and off of my cart for me to buy for quite some time, and I'm so excited I finally have it in my hands. I know a lot of people rave and really enjoyed this book, so I am quite excited to have both of them, so I maybe can binge read the series. Let's see how I do that. And the next one is a book that to me has a little bit of horror feelings, and that is why I put it on my wish list, and my Secret Santa got it to me, which is The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. I am quite excited about this book. Honestly, don't ask me much. This is most likely a cover buy, because look at the cover and how pretty it is, but also this is a fantasy horror, which I am excited about, and I really want to delve a little bit more into fantasy horrors. So I think this one might be a nice entrance for this genre blend that I hope I will enjoy. The next one is the book that I'm going to read with Laura and everyone that decides to join for the SIPS book club in January. We decided to mix things up for the new year, and from now on we are going to do genres or themes for every 3 months. The first theme is banned books. Laura was the one that chose it, and the first book is going to be Persepolis by Marjane Strappy. I know this is in relation to Iraq and their history in 1979, so I'm quite excited, especially because this is quite a different book where people tell a story about a specific country, normally in verse, but actually This is a graphic novel, which is quite interesting. I am quite excited. I have the Portuguese copy, which has the two books, the two like volumes for this book, and I am quite excited for it. I cannot wait because I know this book has been banned in some places around the world, and I want to see why, because this is culture, and honestly I want to learn more about what is going on around the world, and if for that I need books, I'm happy with that, and I actually don't mind. The next one, and if you have been on my sprints every now and then for some time now, you might know that I've gotten this one, but I got Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. 2025 is going to be the year where I'm going to be reading the Cosmere, or at least starting it, because from my planning, it's going to take almost 4 years for me to finish every single book that this man has written, and I'm excited. This is going to be a journey, but let's see. I hope that journey is exciting and fun. But Mistborn is the first book on the Mistborn series, if I'm not wrong, so I am quite excited. I cannot wait. I hope I enjoy it, and I am specifically excited about one of the books in this series, which is, or in the Cosmere universe, which is Dress of the Emerald Sea, something like that. So I cannot wait for the time for me to read that book. But first we are going to start with Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I might be doing a video announcement for that read along, because I know there are a few people that want to join that, so we will start it in February most likely. But so keep an eye out. If Mistborn and the Cosmere is something that you want to do and want to read in the upcoming years, maybe join me and my friends on reading this big ass series, because I'm excited and I cannot wait for it. The next one, if you probably watch my channel for quite some time, you will have seen it, but it is the Dream Department Store. No, the Delegate Dream Department Store. I read this video recently for a vlog here on my channel where I was doing a blind date with a book, if I'm not wrong, the past vlog that I posted actually. And oh my, I love this book. It was so good, and I have nothing to say against it, because this is definitely one of my favorite books of 2024, and I'm so happy that one of my friends made me read it, because it's so dreamy, it's so amazing, and it's definitely a cozy and warm read for those days we are feeling a little bit low on energy and on emotions. This one definitely brings them up and helps us, I don't know, just recharge from the day. For the next one, you can call me stupid. Honestly, I made one of the biggest mistakes of my reading life, and I don't know how I did this, but the next one is The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. Why I'm saying a big mistake? Actually, I started to purchase the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by the last book, and I have the tall copies of the second and the third book, but the first one I am not being able to find the tall copy because it is out of print. So but yeah, why did I purchase this? Honestly, I read Caraval this year. I really wanted to enter Caraval and Stephanie Garber's world, so I one day started purchasing the last book of the series, and now if I want to read it, I need to find the first one. Maybe, and what is most likely going to happen is that I'm going to have mismatched editions, but this one, so floppy, guys. This is so floppy, and I really love it. I love the cover. Everything is beautiful. I just hope that in the end the book lives up to the expectations that I have for this series, because I really enjoyed Caraval. It is also one of my top books of the year, so I am so excited, and I honestly cannot wait for me to finally be able to read this. But first I need to find copies for Caraval, Finale, and Legendary, and also the first book, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart, for me to be able to read this one, because I'm going to be reading them in publication order. So wish me luck on this one. The next two books are two horror slash thriller, but I do believe that they are horror because, as you know, your girl here is in her horror slash thriller slash mystery era. So to appease my need of getting books of that genre, I got The Bad Ones by Melissa Albert. This one, I think it was recommended to me. Someone said that I would really enjoy it. I think it was Danny over on Danny Doubles, and I'm excited. I got it just because she said that I was going to like it, and I love this cover. I think it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to get into it because the back blurb says a game gone wrong. That in itself, I don't need more because that in itself already excites me a lot. So I'm excited for this one, and I don't know, I really love the cover with that classical feeling to it, like classical architecture, but I don't know, something for this book or on this book really pulls me into it. And the next one is every mother and all favorite horror, or one of the favorite horrors of the year, which is We Used to Live Here by Marcos Cleaver, something like that. I'm excited. I know this happens in a house, and I really like horrors where they set it in house settings, where something happens inside of the house to make it a little bit more horror-y. So I'm excited about this one, especially because I know this is like where like a couple purchased the house, they are remodeling it, but one day someone appears at the door saying that they used to live there and they want to see the house or something like that. So I'm excited. I know this book has a lot of hype. A lot of people around me really enjoyed this book, so I'm excited to read it, and I cannot wait to find out why it is so loved by everyone. The next one is my favorite book of the year, I might say, and that is Welcome to the Yeonam-dang Bookshop by Wang Boram. You know how much I love this book. This was brought to me, and I definitely read this at the right time in my life where it provided me all of the feelings that I needed for the book and to enjoy it to its fullest, and giving it a 5 stars. So I don't know, I really enjoyed this. I'm so happy that I have this, because definitely I wouldn't want to miss on this book, because this is chef's kiss, and as I've said, Korean authors, they have a chokehold on me now. All of the books that I have read from Korean authors, they are 5 stars. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Because this one is amazing and so good. And if you are going through stuff like I am, where you are not so sure if you are going through the right path, you are not so sure if this is the way that you want to go, this one is definitely worth the try reading. And especially, it talks about books. Why not looking into your life, getting all of those emotions and feelings while you read about books? Definitely worth the read, and be aware, you might cry a little bit, as well as I talked earlier from the Delegate Dream Department Store. That one might also make you cry, but I don't know. Korean authors, they definitely have a way into words and the way that they write them. Chef's kiss, I know this is a translation, but still the emotion is very much there. It's portrayed really well, and I really enjoyed it. This is the last book, and yes, the last. I'm quite quick at doing this type of videos. It's going to be The Last Lie Wins, or Last Lie Wins, something like that. This is a Portuguese edition, and it is by Ashley Helston. I am excited for this book. Once again, my horror, thriller, mystery horror is starting. I am fully deep into it. I am enjoying it, and I don't want to leave it, because killing people in my mind is so fun. I'm not going to lie. So my enemies, you must be careful with that, because you might get some time in my mind. I'm just kidding though, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, I'm excited about this one. This has one of those things that I also really enjoy, which is the type of idea of the person is on the outside and not really on the inside. It's like kind of the stalkery vibe, and I quite like that type of vibe, so I'm excited to read this one. And the colors on this book, especially this neon green, really catch my attention, and this is one of the Goodreads Choice Award nominees, if I'm not wrong. I don't think it won, but I think it was a nominee, so that must count for something, no? So yeah, this was the last book, and this is all that I have for today's video, friends. I did not do what I got for Christmas because honestly I did not get a lot of books, and I don't think it's worth doing a lot of those type of videos because honestly my presents are personal most of the time and I want to keep them that way. But I like to share the books that I get recently and over the time with you guys, especially because I don't like to have them piling up on my shelves. That drives me crazy. I like them to have their own place on my shelves. So yeah, this is all that I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of these titles you probably already know. I am quite late to those games and to the titles, but that is life. That is okay. So since this is all, friends, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, night or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you all on my next video. So until then, bye, friends.